Have you ever wondered why some people seem to glow with purpose, peace, and clarity, while others keep chasing happiness in circles, returning again and again to the very place it once disappeared? Here's the truth. You will never find happiness in the same place you lost it. The past is not a home, it's a teacher. And the future, it's not a distant mystery. It's shaped by the small, deliberate actions you take today. Not tomorrow, not next year. Today. We live in a world where words are cheap, but actions are expensive. So be cautious. Look closely at those around you, especially those whose words don't match their behavior. If someone speaks beautifully but lives carelessly, they're not worth your trust. Authenticity doesn't come from eloquence, it comes from integrity. A man's actions should always reflect his promises. If they don't, those promises are just noise. Without self-confidence, you're like a bird with clipped wings. You may feel the wind, but you'll never fly. And confidence isn't something you're born with. It's something you earn by showing up when it's hard, by keeping promises to yourself, by facing fear instead of running from it. And speaking of fear, don't waste your time getting angry over things you cannot change. Anger won't undo reality. What it does do is steal your peace, your clarity, and your energy. Choose to redirect that power into what you can influence. Because if there's one thing in life that never cheats you, it's hard work. Hard work is the most loyal friend you'll ever have. It won't flatter you, but it will reward you. Maybe not today, maybe not next week, but always, eventually. You should listen to everyone's advice, but act only on the wisdom that comes from those who've already walked the path. The ones who've fallen, gotten up, and finished the race. Not everyone who talks deserves your trust. Seek out those who've earned their scars. Sometimes the greatest lessons in life come from observing fools and doing the exact opposite. You don't always need a mentor. Sometimes bad examples are the best teachers. Making a good impression isn't about fake smiles or empty compliments. It's about consistency. It's about how you carry yourself, even when no one is watching. And yes, truth matters, but how you speak the truth, that matters just as much. The truth isn't always bitter. Sometimes it's the way we deliver it that turns it sharp. Learn to be honest without being cruel. Books are more than ink and paper. Reading the right ones is like having a private conversation with the finest minds of all time. The wisdom of centuries lives in those pages. When you read, you're not alone. You're in the company of greatness. Never torture yourself over someone who doesn't value your worth. You're not here to shrink for anyone's comfort. And if someone walks away, let them. Sometimes losing people is how we find ourselves. You truly never know the value of something or someone until it's gone. Even the people closest to us can become invisible when we take them for granted. Life has a way of reminding us how fragile it all is. Expectations? Be careful with them. Having expectations from people who can't meet them is like carrying a glass heart through a war zone. You'll only hurt yourself. Free yourself. Love yourself. Because at the end of the day, you are the only person who will be with you for your entire life. You can defeat the strongest opponent in the world, but you can never win against someone who loses for you on purpose. Like a father who lets his child win, not because he's weak, but because he loves them more than victory. Some people love you quietly, powerfully, without saying a word. Treasure them. Don't be an open book for everyone. Not all eyes that look at you see you. Not every ear that listens hears you. Keep your secrets sacred. People tend to respect you less the more they think they understand your vulnerabilities. Do your best work when you're young, when energy, time, and possibility are still on your side. Build your legacy while the cement is still wet. Because the best days of your life won't arrive by chance. You have to create them, brick by brick. Instead of wasting your money on things that fill space, invest in experiences that fill your soul. Spend your money where your memories will grow, not where your regrets will pile up. Every mistake holds a lesson. Every failure is a classroom. If you want to learn, then let life teach you, especially when it hurts. That's where the growth is. Your real friends? They show up when you're at your lowest, when there's nothing to gain, when the room is empty and the applause is gone. That's when loyalty reveals itself. The fastest way to destroy your self-confidence is by breaking the promises you make to yourself. Each time you say you'll do something and don't, You chip away at your trust in yourself. Keep your word, even when no one's watching. Don't believe everything you hear. Lies travel faster than truth because they don't carry the weight of proof. Be slow to believe. Be slower to repeat. Money may not be the most important thing in life, but it touches everything that is. Health, education, security, freedom, it all costs something. Respect money. Learn to earn it, keep it, grow it, and give it. Experience is the best teacher. Its lessons are expensive but unforgettable. You can read about fire all day, but until you touch it, you won't truly understand its heat. If life were always easy, you'd never grow. Struggle is a forge. It shapes strength. Peace doesn't come from getting everything you want. It comes from letting go of what you don't need. It begins the moment you stop expecting people or the world to make you happy. Knowledge gives you power, but character, it gives you respect. And in a world where anyone can be loud, respect is the quiet proof of a life lived well. Avoid people who use their pain as a weapon. We all suffer, but those who turn their wounds into knives will only bleed others. Empathy doesn't excuse cruelty. Everything you want in life will come, but only at the right time. Not when you're desperate, not when you're unready. Be patient. Timing is just as important as effort. The only thing separating a rich person from a poor one is how they use their time. We all get 24 hours. What you do with yours defines your destiny. Growth won't happen in your comfort zone. It begins where excuses end and courage begins. Confidence is not built by staying safe. It's built by walking into the storm and coming out stronger. Don't fear losing people. Fear losing yourself in the process of trying to please everyone else. You were not born to be liked. You were born to be real. Blind trust is dangerous. It may feel like love, but it's often the setup for betrayal. Guard your heart, but don't close it. A true leader doesn't just point the way. They walk it, live it, and light it for others to follow. Leadership is example, not authority. Never allow the behavior of others to poison your inner peace. What they say, what they do, that's their karma. How you respond, that's yours. There is no growth without pain. Period. If you're comfortable, you're not evolving. Be grateful for the discomfort. It's proof that something inside you is stretching. When God blesses you financially, don't just upgrade your car, your house, your lifestyle. Upgrade your giving. That's how blessings multiply. As you mature, you'll realize that silence is more powerful than arguing. You no longer need to prove your point when you know your truth. When you talk, you only repeat what you already know. But when you listen, you might learn something that changes your life. Your future is not random. It's a reflection of the choices you make today. Choose wisely. The little decisions build the big picture. Don't complain. Don't blame. Don't wait. Just build yourself. Build quietly, patiently, persistently. And one day, what you built will speak louder than anything you could have said. Sometimes life doesn't give you what you want, not because you don't deserve it, but because you deserve so much more. Trust the detours. They're often taking you to something bigger than you imagined. And finally, life becomes so much easier, lighter, and brighter when you delete the people who only add darkness to it. Protect your peace. Choose your circle wisely and never ever forget, you are not here to merely survive. You are here to rise. The person who truly believes in themselves has no need to convince anyone else. Why shout into a crowd when your inner voice already knows the truth? Real confidence is quiet. It doesn't beg for validation. It simply is. Don't waste your breath on people who have already shown they're not listening. Sometimes, the most powerful response isn't a clever comeback or long explanation. It's silence. Yes, silence can be a storm in disguise, saying more than 1,000 words ever could. Never allow love to become an excuse for mistreatment. Just because you care for someone doesn't mean they're allowed to walk over your boundaries. Love without respect is a shadow, not a light. Failure should never embarrass you. Every stumble is part of the dance. Learn from it. Rise from it. Begin again, but wiser this time. If you seek peace, then be still. Stop chasing storms. Sometimes the calm comes when you stop running. If you seek wisdom, be silent. Listen more than you speak. And if you seek love, be yourself. Always. The right people will find you when you stop pretending. The ego likes to wear the crown, but it is not the master of the house. The heart, the soul, the conscience, they rule where the ego only claims. He who struggles, who dares and fails, is far stronger than the one who never even tries. Courage isn't measured by victory, it's measured by the will to begin. Don't worry about what people say behind your back. In time, God will bless you in front of them. Their whispers will fade. Your truth will rise. It's ironic how no one notices your silent tears, your quiet pain, but they all point fingers when you make a mistake. The world watches more closely when you fall than when you suffer. Judging the flaws of others is easy, but recognizing our own? That's the true test of character. It's easier to clean someone else's window than to look through our own with clarity. Don't buy expensive things just to impress others, especially when you can't afford them. True wealth is not about price tags, but peace of mind. Buy freedom, not pressure. Your energy enters the room long before your words do. People feel you before they hear you. Protect that energy. It's your silent reputation. Even the smallest lie can shatter the strongest trust. Trust, once cracked, doesn't break loudly. It just never feels whole again. Expectations can turn you into a beggar, constantly waiting, hoping, needing. Free yourself from depending on others for joy. Seek appreciation, not approval. Be especially cautious of those whose words don't match their actions. People can say anything, but actions don't lie. Look with your eyes, not your ears. To know what to say is knowledge, but to know when to say it, that is intelligence. Timing gives words their power. Silence and a genuine smile are often the best replies to insult. Let your calmness confuse their chaos. Let your peace be your power. Don't just talk about your dreams. Work for them, fight for them, sweat for them. Effort will always outshine empty ambition. In life, we never really lose friends. We just learn who the real ones are. Time and truth reveal everything. Let people show you who they are. Always remember, even when you feel useless, forgotten, or broken, you are someone's reason to smile. Sometimes your quiet presence is someone's daily light. You cannot fully believe in God if you don't believe in yourself. How can you have faith in a creator while doubting his creation, you? A man isn't truly poor just because he lacks money. He is truly poor if he lacks dreams. A pocket can be empty, but a heart should never be. Confidence doesn't announce itself. It doesn't need to. It walks in quietly, while insecurity yells for attention. The louder the boast, the deeper the fear. Success rarely comes to those who obsess over it. It finds the ones who are too focused on building, on creating, on becoming. Busy hands build futures. Distracted minds only build excuses. So, if you're tired, rest, but don't quit. If you're hurt, heal, but don't hide. Life doesn't reward those who wait to feel ready. It rewards those who keep moving anyway.